Good morning, class 11 students. In today's session, we will be focusing on letter writing. Letter is a form of written communication, and there are actually two types of letters. One is formal, and the other one is informal letter. So, formal letters, because we are focusing on formal letters include business letters, letter of complaints, letter to government officials. Informal letters include, that you write to your friends, relatives, and acquaintance, and you must have done all these informal letters when you were in lower standard, right? So, in today's session, we will be only focusing on formal letter writing. And when you're writing a formal letter, there are certain things that you have to keep in your mind in order to ensure that your letter is correct and it's perfect. And if you're a student, there are certain things that you have to keep all those things, rules and the standards, otherwise you're likely to lose marks. Understand? So it has to be in the correct format, it has to be short, it should be to the point, it should be relevant, and yes, more importantly, and no grammatical or spelling mistakes, right? And language, it has to be polite. Even if you're complaining, even if you're complaining, your language has to be polite, it has to be well presented and use correct tones. So these are the few, there are few instructions or guidelines, or you can say there are certain things that you have to consider while writing a letter. Mention your intention of writing the letter in the opening paragraph, and you can actually, yes, if we talk, we'll also talk about the format when we will do a few examples. I will explain the format. So obviously, when you're writing, uh, when you're in the beginning, you are supposed to write the opening paragraph where you show your intention or where you highlight the problem. So divide your letter into paragraphs to mark changes of subject matter. Yes, it has to be divided. First is the beginning where you introduce the problem, and then in the content part, you write about the problem that it has caused and how the people are being, how people are suffering, and then what changes have you made, and then the concluding part. Before that, you can add suggestion, and then concluding paragraph where you will draw the attention of the concerned authority or the concerned people, or when you write certain things, obviously it has to have a concluding paragraph. And then you write subscription, that is yours faithfully or truly, right? If you're writing to a, if it is a business letter, yes, you can write yours truly. And be courteous, I have already discussed, I have already told you that you have to be courteous. Your language, it has to be gentle even if you're complaining, right? So, and keep your sentences short. No complex language, uh, use of simple English words, but it has to be simple and direct language. Avoid spelling, grammatical, and yes, careless mistakes in your letter, because this could lead to deduction of marks. Write neatly, no scribbling, right? No scribbling, and yes, you have to be accurate, brief, and precise. And use the block format that has no indentation and is left aligned. Understand? So these are the few types of letter that you have to focus on. And as your unit test is around the corner, the letter to the editors, because this is where you need to focus on, because in letter writing, in today's session we will be discussing business letters to the editors and job application. So this is what you have to prepare for your unit test examination, first unit test examination that is around the corner. So first, I would like to discuss the format with you. So these are the three types: business or official letters, right? So how do we know that it is a business letter? When you're asking for, or when you're giving information about something, obviously talk about catalog, when you're placing orders or sending replies, and then when you're making inquiries about the product, and then when you're registering complaints, you buy things, and the things, these are unfunctional, they start showing problem, then you write yes, then you register complaints, right? And then the letters to the editors when you're giving suggestion on an issue, right? Could be an awareness program, could be, when you lack of, you have the condition of your park, less electricity in your area, what when there's shortage of scarcity of water and certain things. So this is where you write letters to the editor, right? And when you're writing letter to the editor, please do not ask this way. Don't ask editor to do something. Write in such a way that you will show that you're drawing the attention of the concerned authorities, right? Because editor won't come and solve your problem. Editor is just a medium to convey your problem. And then job application is, when you see when you see a vacant post, and then you write an application with your biodata and all. So this will be done in the later part. First we will be focusing on two things: business letters, official letters, or letters to the editor. So in class 11th you actually need to focus on these two types of letters, especially the letters to the editors, right? So this is the format that we have to, you have to memorize it. And whenever you're writing a formal letter, you have to get the format correct. So you will begin on the left hand side, you will write your name and your address, and then you put date, right? This is not in a hierarchical order, so this is, you just have to hear me out. You will write your name and your address, then you will put date. You will put date in this manner. Suppose today is 18, right? 18, no dash, no slash, July, right? JULY, and 2021. That's how you will write. You won't put any slash or dash. You won't write this way, 07 18 2021. No, this is not the right way to write a date when you're writing a letter. And then you will write the letter of the editor. If it is a business letter, it could be the manager, the name of the firm, and its address where it is situated. And for example, if it is the editor, you will write the name of the newspaper, like the Times of India, the editor, the Times of India, Delhi or Uttarakhand or Chandigarh, whatever. And then you will put subject. It has to be brief, where you will write about, and it should give an instant idea of the theme and what is understand. And it should not be written in more than one line. Some students have a habit of writing the whole question in the place of subject, so that should not happen. Always it has to be precise and brief. And then salutation, if it's like your business, you can write dear sir. And if it's for your principal, you just simply write sir and ma'am, and you can use respected ma'am, right? And then you write the body of the letter, right? It is generally, you will find that there are three paragraphs that form the body of a letter. The first paragraph, that is introduction, where you will introduce the problem, and the second, you will write the detail of the problem or the subject, and you give main information. And the final paragraph, that is deals with suggestion towards the solution of the problem, I have already discussed. And the complementary clause, that is it is also known as your subscription. So you will write yours faithfully, yours sincerely, yours truly, right? And always remember yours. Do not use apostrophe. We do not use apostrophe because some children have this very bad habit of writing YOUR apostrophe S. No, don't write. It has to be yours. So this element is a single word, understand, not separated from the message by a blank line. Okay. And then you can write your name. You don't have to put signature. Yes, put your name. So let's understand these letters. So business letters, when you're making inquiries and placing orders. So inquiries are made when a buyer wishes to know the quality, price, availability of goods to be purchased for the term or the term of sale. So what are inquiries letters? So when a buyer is interested in a quality of a product or price or availability of goods, then he writes. So he finds out whether the product is available, how the products are, right? So these are called the letters of inquiries. So that describes what the writer wants. So you will write what he's all the details, why, and it is also written to request information. The information can be for job seekers when you're looking for a job, price, college application, fees, duration, program, etc. And when you're placing order for for sale, for purchase of goods, for football items, for book items, right? The place direct request, you can also make a box where you can write that these items, these companies, this number, and all that. So it's actually a contract sale, purchase of goods and services. So while placing an order, just state your needs clearly and directly. You must be sure to include complete and accurate information. Yes, you can also ask for discount and all, right? So include all the information, and please relate it to your real life. When you go to a shop, you inquire, you ask for discount, student discount. When you buy things in bulk, you also discount, whether it should be pay, whether they would accept cash, half payment you make, first time, and the second time, or the payment could be made in installment. So all these things you have to include in your letter. So this is the one type we will discuss. You are Sujata, physical education teacher of VVM Public School, Bageshwar. Write a letter to the sales manager of Bharat Sports Limited, placing an order for sports articles that you wish to purchase for your school. So you're actually a physical education teacher, and you have to write a letter to the sales manager of Bharat Sports Limited. So you're looking for, so as sender's address, so you're the physical education teacher, so you will write the name of the school, because it is actually you're making this order for school. So sender's address, and then date. As you can look, the date is there, that's how they have put the date in the right manner, 14 December, not 14-/12, right? And then the sender's address, the sales manager, the name of its limited, its address, and then subject. See, the subject is very short, it's brief, precise, exact. Order for sports articles, and then salutation is sir. You don't have to write dear, you can write just sir, and then comma, and then that's how you will start it. The language has to be formal. It should not be like that, I want, right? Use word like I wish to. Right, so we wish to purchase following sports articles for our school, and yes, kindly arrange to send them by the end of this month. Also, please ensure that the sports articles sent are of the best quality. Yes, it has to be of best quality and packed properly to avoid any damage, because you won't accept any damage, and payment shall be made soon after receiving the parcel of the goods. So see, they have made the detail, this is the list of the items. Hockey sticks, 28 pieces. That's how you can make. Please supply them and deduct the permissible discount in the invoice. Yours truly, and then signature, name, right? So that's how you can do, because in class 11th, now earlier it used to carry the question used to carry, it used to carry like 10 marks, but now it has been reduced to 5. So you don't have to write too much, it has to be precise. And then letter of complaint. So complaint letters are usually written to business firms, water supply boards, telecommunications, electricity boards, sewage boards, several other organizations. Their purpose is to remind the people of these firms about their defective products, right? When you're not happy, when the products are not good or defective, you write. So it is extremely important to provide all the details in your complaint letter, as the information can be further used for verification. So letter should be demand immediate response, quicker decision, positive action in order to resolve. So you're complaining, but language has to be polite, right? Direct. So let's take one example here. Write a letter to the postmaster, General Post Office, Pithoragar, complaining of late delivery of letters. You are Mohit. So what is the complaint? Late delivery of letters. So then you will write friends. This is your sender's address, Friends Colony. It's Pithoragar. Then date 14 November 2017. The post manager, General Post Office. This is receiver's address, and the subject is very simple and short. Complaint regarding late delivery of letters. You don't have to write, everything. You just write the crux and the important that highlights everything, right? Then sir, and this is to, yes, you can start the letter of complaint this way. This is to bring to your kind notice, or I'm writing this letter to draw the kind attention of, right? I would like to draw the attention of, and this is in reference to the above mentioned subject. That's how you can start. So let's stick first. This is to bring to your kind notice that the beat postman of our area is not performing his duties well. He never delivers our letter, money orders, parcels on time. He visits only once a week, delivers the letter of the whole week that day as a result of his careless attitude towards duty. So you have introduced the problem, and now you're writing that what it has caused. We often get deprived of the important information of marriages. These are the problem that this is what the problem is causing, right? uh, Relatives and friends, and several times people could not reach on time, attend the interview, or join services due to the negligence on the part of the postman. We have repeatedly requested him to be regular and deliver the letter on time, but he pays no heed to attention to our request. Now this is the concluding paragraph. I sincerely request you to personally inquire into the matter and take immediate action for the redressal of our grievances. Your grievances means complaints. Yours faithfully, Mona, resident of Friends Colony, right? So that's how you write letter. And now we have a complaint letter. Now we have letters to the editor that you write to editor, because you know editor is just a medium, always remember. So newspaper, weeklies, magazines play an important role in shaping public opinion, public minds decision about many national and international issues, because they have a large number of readers, right? So you can actually writing a letters to the editor is a great way to engage with and to influence public opinion. That is why people write to the editor. So these letters are written to the to shape public opinions, to share information, ideas, increase awareness, to advocate your cause, start a community conversation. It is a written way of talking to a newspaper or magazine, right? So it is a community conversation. Because a lot of people read newspapers, so it is a written way of talking to a newspaper, magazine. So let's take this example. Write a letter to the editor of the Times of India, Delhi, expressing your concern over the increase in the rate of road accident, rash driving, and overcrowded road transport. So now this is road accident and rash driving. So the format will always be same. Always remember, you will get 1 marks for format. So right, and okay, 3 marks for content, right, and 2 marks for grammatical. No, sorry, 1 marks for this you get for format, 2 marks for your content, and 1 marks for your 3 marks for your okay. So actually you get 1 marks for format and 3 marks for content and 2 marks for expressions. So this is the marking scheme of letter writing. So sender's address, date, receiver's address, subject, or then your salutation, and then through the columns of your esteemed newspapers. Yeah, I would like to highlight through the columns of your esteemed newspaper, I wish to express the anguish of the general public over the increasing number of road accident cases of rash driving and the problem of overcrowding in buses. So no matter what the type of letter is, you have to include this introductive thus you have introductive paragraph where you will introduce your problem, and then you talk about, in the second paragraph, you talk about what the problem have caused, right, and how the people are how the people are suffering, how in what extent they are suffering, and then you will write about your suggestions, and then your concluding note that you will draw the attention of concerned authority that something has to be done, right, needful has to be done as early as possible, and then yours truly. And that's how you will write formal letter writing. See children, so this is just for your help, so that you could not mistake the format, and yes, the guidelines, the rules that you have to follow. And when it comes to writing section, it is always what makes you perfect. When you start writing, when you keep writing, when you make it when you make it a habit. It's not just about that you come across the question and then you will start write, then only you will write. No, it should start from the very beginning. You should write. You should write lots of letters, you should write essays, debates, speeches, right? So that's how you will be able to improve your writing skills. Otherwise, it is no use just memorizing things and writing. So make it a habit. Start writing. You can also write about your daily events. You can start writing a diary entry so that you will know how to make sentences and how to write, how to convey, how to use good expressions, right? And how to have a very good language when you're writing. So that is all for today's session. Thank you everyone, have a nice day. Please do look for your homework, complete it and submit it on time. Thank you everyone.